Number 9, Hope. Number 13, George. Number 17, Esau. The starting goal, Brian. And the head coach, Tom. Let's play volleyball.
I'm Shamira, and I'm going to be watching this game with Safik. We are going to be bringing you exciting information, exciting details as you watch this game with us, wherever you are live from Tanzania or from Uganda. We are here for you. So let's enjoy this game this afternoon. Jeshi Stars had a tough game yesterday against Team Rwanda Police, which they lost 3-1, and Nemo Stars just enjoyed a wonderful victory yesterday against Rukinzo. And later after this game, we are going to have Police taking on Rukinzo, same game from the same pool as well. What a hit from Malinga, Redman there, making that statement. His team Nemo Stars actually with that with beautiful spike. A nice service for Nemo Stars there. Saw them having Pedro aces yesterday evening against Rukinzo. And now they are back in that same play, just enjoying themselves.
Nako bantekemu watu webu.
Jeshi Stars finally able to get that match with the side out on that play. Jeshi Stars once again with that play to get that side up. Nemo Stars leading by 4 points now. Very, very early game as we continue. But just to take you up to speed, the starting lineup on the side of Jeshi Stars, they're having Julius at number 12, 9 Muhinga, 4 Amani, 3 Michael, 7 Deo, and 2 Robson. And Nemo Stars, of course, with their usual lineup, Smith starting as their setter. We are having Wellington, we are having Ongom, George the captain, Esau, of course Brian as the libero, and Marina Redman out there in the middle. Big jump service, but that is going to be a position foul call on Team Jeshi Stars. I think the players were moving just before Ongom could get that service over the net. Ongom is going back into the service.
And of course, this is where I pitch in. It seems Nemo Stars is off to a good start with 9 points. Jeshi 3.
Yes, and Jeshi Stars, they are really talking to the referees about their position because of that position foul. They need to get the 12 there. And you know this new rule of volleyball, when the serving side cannot have a position foul, it's only the receiving side that can have that.
Yeah, every time every time there is that change, you have to keep in mind your position, because if you don't, you might get lost on the way.
Yes, and here in the comments, I see most of you Ugandan fans supporting Nemo Stars too, but hopefully there are also Tanzanian fans supporting their team, Jeshi Stars, who are also really trying to do their best in this tournament.
Jeshi representing our neighbors from Tanzania. It's really wonderful to have them represent.
Now I think they've actually corrected that position foul. The coach talking to the referee there. Now it's all sorted. Ongom is going back into that service box. He did a very good jump service. And with that little time, with the break that has come on, he doesn't get the court. Instead, that ball just goes out. It's the first set, ladies and gentlemen, here at MTN Arena Lugogo, the African Club, the African Zone 5 Club Championship. Very good service. What a hit from Esau.
That was a very good pass from Esau. He followed the ball right very well, and then what a hit from him.
And we are going to see so much of him going high up there, because we know him as a very high jumper. He just gets that ball so high or above the block and just hits it.
He's normally called the flight captain, one of the flight captains we have in our league.
Oh, almost an ace. And it is going to be a service point for Nemo Stars from Esau. First time out for Team Jeshi Stars as they're 7 points behind. Not a good start for Team Jeshi Stars, really. They have not found their ground so far in this game. They've not got the attack, they've not got the blocking yet.
When you look at the confusion they started with, it seems like Jeshi are not yet their heads are not yet into the game. The rotation foul they called, I think, has disorganized them. They really need to find a way to come back to this game and focus.
Yes, and that is why the timeout is really necessary for them. Mark Charles out there saying, Jeshi Stars, thank you for tuning in to watch and support your team. Esau is going back in service.
Esau serving for Nemo Stars, Uganda.
Does get the serve to the libero. Tough pick is going to be a backcourt one. Ball is defended. That's a wonderful hit there from Julius. The free ball again. This time to fall. It's a dump, and it does get that point in, and that is going to be Amani with that beautiful play.
Amani decides to go for brains right now. Since he was looking for a point, he didn't go for energy.
And I always mention how volleyball isn't just about energy, but then a service error from Deo on Jeshi Stars.
Wambale Alex, wananchi wanagonga Jeshi.
You guys are now speaking Kiswahili. Yeah, but it is well. Oh, tough pass, ball is saved. Huge and quick hit from Michael. He reads that well and just doesn't waste any time, just sending it back to the Nemo side. I think Jeshi Stars is trying to show that they're still on for business.
Wambale Alex, with the little Kiswahili I know, I think he's trying to mean that abasajja bakoze ki bali mu kupanishinga Jeshi Stars.
Yeah. Oh, George blocked on that one-man block. This time looking for the cross court, but he misses.
That one-man block from Robinson was very good. Denied George the court. George Apollo, one of the best volleyball players we have in Uganda, also on the Uganda national team.
Esau coming for the fight, can only send a dump. And now, Jeshi Stars also playing the tit for tat, but this time getting that point, the referee calling a touch off that block of Nemo Stars.
Jeshi seems to have gotten the tempo of the game, and they look so good from that first time out they had. 8 Jeshi, 12 Nemo Stars.
Service coming in from Amani. George this time going down the line, taking that ball off the hands of Robinson.
The energy and the experience from George, you can see it when he's playing.
Yeah, he really knows he's got that short outside block, and he doesn't need to go very high. He just needs to get a touch. Service ace for Nemo Stars again. That is Smith Okumu. We saw him have a few good services yesterday as well against Tanzania Prison, and also against Rukinzo, and also a few aces that he had on Team Police. Set. Oh, very beautiful hit. Beautiful play from Muhinga.
That was a brilliant backset from Michael. Jeshi Stars, it was a brilliant backset from him.
Yes, and Muhinga also playing it very, very well.
Yeah, the execution from Muhinga was good to honor Jeshi Stars their 90 points.
Malinga just sending that ball there to the libero. I think it could have caught him a bit there in the chest, but he's there, he's in position, and he could maybe have got it up, but that is Calvin there. Tough pass. I think Jeshi Stars is really having a bit of a struggle from having a struggle there on that play. Nemo Stars has sent that ball out, but the referee is calling for an overreach. I wonder if the setter touched that ball as it went out. And don't you think Jeshi Stars is really struggling with the passing?
Jeshi Stars Nemo Stars are really serving. You have to credit them. They have a good service. We've seen it during the league games.
And now the referee is going to call another position foul on Jeshi Stars. And this goes to show that Jeshi Stars hasn't really settled in very, very well in this game yet, because the type of play that they had yesterday is so much different from what we are seeing now against Nemo Stars.
This new rule of rotation, not calling for a rotation foul when your team is serving, I think it's a little bit confusing if you're not used to it.
You have to learn, because as you move in the game, players usually know, players that have played together always know that when my setter is serving, I'm in this position. When so and so has gone in service box, I'm in this position. And even you are getting time to receive, so there's no way you would forget your position when you are at some point getting time to receive. So I just think Jeshi Stars has really not yet settled 100% in this game. But I think that they are trying to find what is working for them. They are trying to get all the attackers moving to see which side they can use to attack Nemo Stars. But we know Nemo Stars, with their very good players at the moment, everyone is just doing well, the middle, the out. So it's getting very difficult for Jeshi Stars to know who to stop, and I think that's confusion.
With the confusion of Jeshi Stars, Jeshi, Tanzania, Nemo Stars is taking the advantage to get an early lead of around 8 points, an 8-point lead. They are really using this their advantage. Kambale Alex in the comments, Redman is caning someone's diaphragm.
Yes, that is Alex coming in with his comment, I think, supporting his team, Nemo Stars. That point will be reversed. That point that Jeshi Stars had lost because of that position foul is going to be reversed by the first referee. So Jeshi Stars is going to have a chance to receive again. Pass. 13-4. Big hit. This time, look at that morale, the support for himself, Julius, with that nice hit.
Julius seems to be enjoying himself on that block.
It shows he's got that power, and he knows the block is hard, but he's looking for that solution. But then Michael in service. Good pick from Brian, the setter. We go to Esther high off the hand, ball is saved. But not really, because that ball lands this time.
Julius couldn't keep it in play. Unfortunately, the touch was so small from the setter, so Julius couldn't keep the ball in play.
Yes, and now service this time from Redman. Redman is also a very good server, but the pass is good. The setter, oh, what a hit once again from Muhinga. And Muhinga is playing a smart game, if you can see. You can see he went after Esau's last hand, and Esau had nothing to do about it.
When you have such a kind of tall block, obviously sometimes you have way options. The best option you get when you have that tall block is to wipe that block.
Yes. Now, I'm going with that jump. Blocked. Oh, what a play. That is my Muhinga being blocked there as he came through on the pipe.
Willington doing great on that net defense. He's patrolling the net very well. Doesn't want any ball to go, of course.
Big Jeshi Stars really having a hard time on the pass. Nemo Stars now at 19 points. Very, very serious, and they are already into the business end of the game. They want to take this first set away. But I still think, despite the play that Jeshi Stars is having at the moment, I think in the second set, we could see them improving because, like we mentioned, they were still not settled in this game. Wow, the libero with that defense on Willington, but unfortunately for the young man,
The second timeout for Team
Amani.
unfortunately for
Jeshi
Calvin,
Stars.
that goal isn't saved, just goes out. And now Jeshi Stars is calling a timeout again because the game is really keeping them so tight with Nemo Stars already having the lead.
Nemo looking good with that 9-point lead. They have the upper hand in this set. They are most likely to take it. Jeshi Stars needs to regroup. They need to focus. I think right now the set is gone, unless if a miracle happens.
In this game, it's not over until it's really over.
Sometimes you have to look at things and weigh your options.
The good pass, but not good for the setter to dig. Oh, another big block. This time Esau combined with Big Wheel in the middle.
When you're facing a team as good as Nemo Stars, when they have that point lead of 10 points, in most cases, it's very hard to catch up on that game.
Yes, and they are serving well. Jesh is just struggling with the passes. This time the block touch is served. Neat. Esther with that hit high and high above the blockers there. I tell you that young man has a very high jump, and like you mentioned, they call him the flight master.
He's one of the flight captains we have.
Flight captains, yes. Of course, there are a few flight captains, but he's one of them.
Jeshi Stars still struggling with that passing and that service from Nemo Stars. You can see it is really affecting them so much. If you can pass the ball very well, it gives you at least that confidence to attack or that chance to offend. But since they are struggling with that passing, they are going to really have a tough time with this Nemo Stars.
Yes, set point for Team Nemo Stars in the first set with that 13-point lead.
Nemo Stars looking good in their first set.
Oh, it's an 8 service, and that is the first set really done.
Just like that, Nemo Stars wins their first set.
And I think well done on Ongom on that service to get an ace and just end the set quickly and not be spending so much time on set point. But that is the set, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't go well for Jeshi Stars in the first set. The passes, look at those errors from Jeshi Stars. 12 errors for them and only 2 for Nemo Stars in this game. So that says a lot. They have potential, but they're making a few errors and it's lagging them a bit down so far.
The error margin on Jeshi Stars is so big.
Yeah, and I think they need to see how they can sort it out. But for Nemo Stars, well done. 3 blocks, 8 attacks, and 2 aces. They've done well in every department. But I'm just looking forward to the second set because, these teams, what I've seen about Tanzanian teams for the games I've watched, they take some time to get settled in the first stage, but then when they settle in, they just become very, very competitive and dangerous. So just waiting for that second set.
Start of the second set.
Still at no set, having lost that first set by a very big margin.
Nemo Stars started on a good note. We hope they keep. We hope they keep the momentum throughout the whole game. Jeshi Stars, we've seen they had a lot of errors. They need to reduce that error margin if they are to put up a good fight against Nemo Stars.
Yes, and now Nemo Stars with that first hit but not able to get it on court. Jeshi Stars starting us off with the service, and that is Rabson. I don't see any changes that have been made on both sides. Both sides have decided to maintain. It's an ace service for Jeshi Stars. Rare error from Brian. He's a very good receiver, that libero, and for such an ace service to happen, I think it's rare for him.
Good pass from Brian.
Another error for Team Nemo Stars. And Jeshi Stars, I tell you, are on fire. They've started there with 3 points to nothing for Nemo.
The pass was good from the libero, and the setter chose to go for a 5. Unfortunately, it didn't land on court.
Yes, but there goes George with that cross-court hit, able to get the much-needed side out for Team Nemo Stars. And Smith Okumu is going in service, one of the best servers, very strategic server he is.
Apparently, all setters are good servers. Did you know that?
So let's not say all setters are good servers. Let's just say most setters are good servers, because there are setters who are actually not good servers. But that is a beautiful hit. Celebrations are in order for the young man Muhinga. This time Nemo Stars responds with a big hit, and George, a good server as well, now going in service.
Jeshi Stars starts the second set with a lead, 4 points to Nemo.
Big hit this time from Jeshi Stars, but they do not get the coach. But what does that say to their fans and to Nemo Stars? What message does that send to those guys? I think it sends a message to show that they are still in this game.
It looks like they have found their tempo, and they are really giving it their all.
But Redman Malinga just says there is no way through here on the net, and him and Esau just being on that block, you know there is no way there. But look at that, he was even a bit late, but with Esau just there, they're able to get in a good position and get the block on. Pass from Muhinga on the pipe, this time emergency set, and he sends it out.
And now Nemo Stars, for the first time, take their lead in this second set. 5 points Nemo, 4 Jeshi.
George again in the service through the middle. Redman Malinga just watching Michael there. Michael choosing to go for the dump, but unfortunately doesn't get it over on the other side.
Jeshi Stars started on a good note, but they seem to be losing their tempo right now. They need to side out.
Redman again, or with that overpass there from Muhinga, he's just waiting for it and just sends it back hard on the side of Jeshi. George Aporu is still in service. He's got a few services in already. Tough pass, the free ball, chance, gonna go to Angom, and he does get the score. 7 points. Nemo Stars pushing their lead back to 4 points, as we saw in that first set. Jeshi now calling their first timeout, very early timeout, with so many points still to go in this game.
Ongom in position 2 is also a beast in that position. That left hand, when he's in position 2, it is always scoring for Nemo Stars.
Yeah, it's very easy for left-handed players to play in a position 2, because that's where they're strongest. And when Ongom being an opposite, that goes to show clearly that he's very, very good.
Ongom also one of the most experienced players we have on board for Team Nemo. He's played in the Rwandan League and also in the Uganda National League.
George still back in service. Service picked through the middle. This time Michael able to go through Redman.
That was a brilliant pass. That was a brilliant pass from the libero there for Jeshi Stars, which helped the setter to also set the ball in the middle. I think when you're playing a good team, your middle has to work 100% if you're to really, really play well.
Nemo Stars getting that much needed side out from Malinga.
What a brilliant swing! Have you seen that?
Very beautiful play. Very, very wonderful. Jeshi Stars is really in this game. This set, despite that lead, they're trying to close it up.
That was a brilliant swing from Moninga.
Set. Oh, Esau is going through the hand of Rabson, the setter.
I think Moninga is one of the good players, or one of the players trying to give it their all in this Jeshi Stars. He's really doing a very good job.
Oh, tough play there. Amani tries to send over a free ball but sends it out. It was an off-system set. Service error this time from Ongom as he tries to go for the jump service. Jeshi Stars against a much needed side out.
I have to say, Ongom is really struggling with the consistency of that jump service. It has good energy, but the consistency, it's really struggling with that.
Pass. George following his pass, but could only go for the jump. Big hit. I think George was struggling to not cross, and Jeshi Stars now setting up their own pipe and able to get that quick side out.
Jeshi Stars taking advantage of that commotion between George not crossing, earning them their 8 points. Nemo Stars 11, Jeshi 8.
A play, ball is saved. It's a free ball for Nemo. Ryan chance, many options, but the setter goes to Ongom. Save. Jeshi quickly getting the side out. They do not. This time they are just sent back down by Esau and Willington.
Julius unfortunately couldn't find the court he was looking for on that back court in one. But I gotta say, that was a very good cover from Amani.
Good service. Esau through the middle. Oh, the line falls there. Going over onto another side is Dewo. He's caught red-handed by the referee as he hits that ball. You can see his feet just going on the other side. Nemo starts with a 6-point lead, with a 5-point lead now. Good pass. Oh, it's a block, but it's a block out on Smith.
That was good energy from Muhinga. Like I said, when you have good blockers, you have to use a lot of energy sometimes to break through that block.
Yes, and Muhinga made that play, very good play from him. Just doing wonderfully for his side, despite the lead. Despite that play, he's really doing well. Big hit from George down the line. He's having a shooter blocker of Robson, and you know Smith is going to send all those balls to him.
Smith and George have played for quite some time, so they really understand each other that well.
Jeshi starts with that point. And now Amani Robson is going in for Cavb. Substitution for Team Jeshi starts.
Robson
comes off. Yes, Robson comes off, and Nasoro comes on. Tough pick for Brian. Backset, Ongong taking it hard. That is on, actually. George leaving it, thinking it's going out, but lucky play for Jeshi Stars, and that ball is on. Brian with a good pass. Ongom with a very big hit. He misses the court. Jeshi Stars his comeback train on their way to just catch up and probably take the lead.
Ongom looks to be still struggling with that contact in the backcourt. Apparently, his backcourt, I think, hasn't scored yet. He has not yet found the court on that backcourt.
Set to Malinga, net touch called on Jeshi Stars.
Michael seemed to have netted on that ball. He overcommitted for the center ball, ending up in the net.
Smith Okumu with the service national team setter, as we know. Back set, very good, smooth hands. George with the net touch, very big hit from Jeshi Stars. I tell you, these guys are fired up, and that is who? The one and only Muhinga.
Muhinga seems to be enjoying himself on the blocks of Nemo Stars.
He is on fire, really.
That is really good to see. Actually, on every team, we always need that one person. That one person to psych up and at least help the team cope up with the pressure from the opponents.
And that is Muhinga for Jeshi Stars at the moment. But Redman with that unforced error, hit error out. And again, it's for Team Jeshi Stars. They've finally closed that 5-point gap to nothing. Now 15 up.
They are now all level. I think Jeshi Stars have found their momentum. They are really putting up a good fight. And the Nemo Stars still struggling to pass that ball. Muhinga is giving them a hard time on that service. They are really struggling to pass that ball.
And for the first time, Jeshi Stars has taken the lead in the set for the second time. Yes, where they started with a big lead and then they lost it. But Nemo Stars now being forced to call a fast timeout in this game because Jeshi Stars is really on that comeback train, and I had mentioned how they would want to come and take the lead as well.
Like you said, these Tanzanian teams tend to be a little bit stubborn, especially in the second sets. I think that is what we are saying right now. Nemo Stars need to side out, and they break that service from Mohinga.
I tell you, they are coming in with very big hits. Muhinga back to service. Tough pass, but they will go to George. There is a touch there, knockout, and finally Nemo gets a much needed side out. They can now just breathe a sigh of relief.
George George decides to go for Amani's block and wipes that block, earning Nemo Stars a side out.
Pick, set, back, set. This time the block is there waiting. Redman and Estelle, the highest block that on the Nemo side, they get that other point, and they take the lead.
Unfortunately, Jeshi Stars, no one was there in the backcourt patrolling, so the block landed on court.
Yes, but substitution has come in for Jeshi Stars. Ashimu has come on for Muhinga. Tafik, is it over? Oh, Redman reading that all too well, waiting to see where the setter will get that ball. And he watches closely, able to just shut down Michael in the middle.
Nemo Stars take the lead again for the second time in this second set.
Oh, big service. It's another service error, a service ace for George. And now Jeshi Stars, despite having been on the comeback train and caught up, they lose that catch up, and now trying to play catch up again because Nemo Stars has pushed themselves to a 3-point lead. And as you know, we are into the most serious time of the game.
Well, the business time. We're into the business end. Nemo Stars with the lead 19 point, 16 Jeshi Stars. I kind of love the effort Jeshi Stars has brought in the second set. They have really put up a very good fight, unlike in the first set. End of timeout for Jeshi Stars Tanzania.
Big hit. This time just going out. Unfortunately, not able to put it on court. Tough luck there for Julius, but it was a wonderful hit. George Aporu, national team captain for Uganda. Very good server. Now a team captain for Nemo Stars, one of the veteran players for Uganda, one of the best players in Uganda with the serve. But Ongom as well with that thunderous hit on the line.
That was a very good swing from Ongom right there. Like we said, Ongom in position 2 is very lethal.
Service from George.
Jeshi Stars still struggling to receive, to pass that ball.
But Amani, with that hit off the hands of Ongom, able to get a block touch and give his team a much needed side out. They are 4 points behind this time, and Nemo Stars looking for 4 to take away the game.
That was a good decision from Smith. I think right now he's looking for Ongom in his best position, and Ongom is really not disappointing. He's making the points for him.
Another big hit from Amani.
Amani and Mohinga seem to be enjoying themselves. They are really playing well.
Now substitution is required for Jeshi Stars.
Robinson comes on for Nasoro.
they were unable to slow it down. And Buddha is receiving, but the block doesn't translate well. Ogombi uh, service time to go for a close serve. The young man himself
Celebrate Nemo
just looking to
is
send that ball, to sink it into the ground. And again with the short serving. Time. Nemo starts easily in the second set away as well.
Nationals. Celebrate Nemo
And
That but they got
start
4 points
with
they had at the start and then losing it on Nemo Stars.
Nemo start.
Jeshi Stars with that big lead that they had at the start and losing it to Nemo Stars, then trying to play catch up. When you're playing catch up in the game, sometimes it won't always work because if you get the lead, then you're supposed to be able to maintain it. And I mentioned in the first set, they were very uncomfortable losing that first set at 11-25. But in the second set, they tried to get there and still losing it. And Nemo Stars with 5 blocks, and Jeshi Stars able to get a block this time in this set because in the first set, they had 0 blocks and now able to also get 2 aces set and one for Nemo Stars. But there's still a lot more that they need to do on the errors because they had 12 errors in the first set and now having 8 errors, they're trying to lower them down, and that is why they were able to go up to 18 points. So I think as we go into the next set, they need to be able to work on their attacks and get the defenses in because the attacks are coming in, but the defense is not working. So
Jeshi Stars have really improved in the second set. When you look at the error margin has slightly reduced by 3. They made 12 errors, now they have made 8 errors. And Nemo Stars, they seem to have the error margin has increased.
the error margin did increase because they had 2 errors only in the first set.
Exactly. The error margin has increased, and I think it has also affected them in this set. When you look at the way they won the first set, they were so comfortable compared to the way they have won the second
Yes,
set.
but that is Nemo starts with the 2 sets so far. And if they do take the third set away, that will be the game. They will have taken it away. But later on, after Nemo starts, we are going to have Police Rwanda taking on the one and only Rookies of Top will really need international teams only.
I think Jeshi Stars now really need to work on their blocks because in the first set they really had no block.
And that is why I mentioned the net defense.
They
Yeah.
really need to do. They really need to work well on that net defense, and I think it will help them earn points. And we are back for the third set of this game. Nemo Stars 2 sets, Jeshi 0.
Where Ian on the comments here says Nemo Stars will come out of this tournament so much better. It's an international tournament and you play against so many different teams that you're not used to So of course it's supposed to be a learning experience for all the teams here, and I don't think it's. I think all the Ugandan teams participating in this club Zone 5 Club Championship, actually all teams, not even just Ugandan teams, all teams are taking so much away from this tournament.
Every tournament always teaches you something. I hope all of us learn something from this international
Yes,
tournament.
and Smith Okumu starting off with the service, and of course Amani also starting off with that big hit in the set.
Jeshi Stars get their first point. Amani with that big swing from position 4, and Jeshi Stars their first point of the third set.
Jeshi Stars is there with the service from Robson. Tough pick, Smith sending that ball to George with the dig. George able to rip through that Jeshi Stars block.
George in service for Nemo Stars.
Jeshi Stars again starting out well with 2 points. Service. And Nemo Stars do get that point. Malinga Redman is going into service.
Malinga Redman, one of the best center blockers in Uganda. That was a good cover from George, keeping the ball in play. Jeshi Stars get another chance for offense. Unfortunately, Amani hits the ball outside.
Yes, and Redman is going to have a chance to go back in service this time. Redman with a very good service, but good pass from Amani. Big block. Oh, they tried to save it, Robson and the libero there, but unfortunately, just sending it so far with nobody in position to save it.
That is another block from Nemo Stars Uganda. Redman still in service. He's really facing that service well.
I tell you, Nemo Stars has come for this game, and they might really want to take it away as 3-0. But I still think Jeshi Stars has not come for nothing, so they will fight. But that is another block for Nemo Stars. 2 blocks this time. They had 2 in the first set. They had 3 in the second. They had 5 in the second set, and now they already have 2 in the set. They're really doing wonderfully on the net defense, and Jeshi Stars needs to also see how to do the same for them to balance out this game.
As you can see, Muhinga got a hard time protecting that ball as it was so close to the net. And then that is a side out for Jeshi Stars. Side out for Jeshi Stars, earning them their 3rd point of this 3rd set.
Much needed side out, and Deo will go and serve.
That was a very big swing, good swing from Ongom right there. Like I said, Ongom is very lethal. That left hand is very lethal when he comes to that position too. Ongom goes in service for Team Nemo. We've seen in the second set he was struggling with that jump service. Now he has resorted to just
the float service. But earlier in that set, in the second set, he was doing well on the float service. But this time, just sending it in the net with an that gives him an error. Now service will come in from Julius. Oh, Smith Okumu winning that net duel. It's a free ball. Bomb will take it. Going to Esau, hitting high off the hands of Robson there, sending that ball on the line.
Robson and Michael couldn't contain that hit from Esau.
And you can see him just turning his body onto the side, knowing very well that he's going to go down the line. Look at that turn onto the side. Big block touch.
Good cover from Brian.
George going with a smart play on the dump. Chance again for Team Nemo. There's options everywhere. The setter going to George, and George still choosing to go on the line. Muhinga this time not able to find the court.
That Mohinga seems to be not finding his momentum in this third set. Like we've seen in the first two sets, he has been the best player of Jeshi Stars, but right now he's struggling.
Oh, a hit this time from the pipe there, and that is Julius, and he unfortunately doesn't get the point. I think he does.
Actually, he gets the point.
Yes, I think he does get that point.
Touch.
Yes, and Jeshi Stars, you can see the players were setting themselves up to receive. They were not sure as well if they had gotten that point.
But the official right there called for a block touch, and earning Jeshi their side out. Captain George trying to talk to the officials right there, but the official sticks with his decision. Mohinga in service for Jeshi Stars.
Oh, goes very short. It's an overpass, but Smith of whom is setting that block, unfortunately, blocking out. But you know he's there. Setters are usually able to get in such blocks if they're on front court.
He was there, but he was not. He did have that bit of luck to keep the block on court.
George this time able to get the play in. Very good court awareness, good eyes from Big Wheel as he's able to see that space. He's got a 3-man block, so definitely there's nobody behind there to cover that dump, and he plays it so smart.
Earning Nemo Stars a side out. I think George has been struggling with that service of Mohinga. The side out was much needed from Nemo Stars.
That's how.
It was a good idea from Smith, although the ball seemed to be a little bit off. When you look at the set, it wasn't all that good for Esam to execute very well. 7 Jeshi Stars, 9 Nemo. Michael in service, passes it well. Set. It was a brilliant swing from Mongom right there in backcourt. Nemo Stars side out very quick. And I think there was a bit of a net touch with the blockers of Jeshi Stars. Good pick from the libero. That was a very beautiful swing from. It was a very beautiful swing from Amani. He managed. The energy was so great. The block, Nemo Stars block couldn't keep the ball on court. Jeshi 8, Nemo Stars 10. Good cover from Amani, keeping the ball alive. Amani gives Nemo Stars a free ball. Oh, that was a very, very good block. Good block from Deo. That was a thunderous block from Deo.
Jeshi Stars has risen on that net defense. Look at that. It was 5-9. But since then, Nemo Stars has only managed to make 1 point, and Jeshi Stars has managed to make 4. Oh, the error just crossing through on the other side.
I think it was one of the best blocks we've seen from Jeshi Stars.
But also risky play there from both sides. And now service from the setter, Robson. Oh, it's an overpass, and Jeshi will get that big hit in. For the second time in this set as well, they take the lead. But I tell you, they've really managed to close that gap down, and Nemo Stars is being forced to call a timeout.
That overpass from Nemo Stars really, I think Amani punished Nemo Stars for that overpass. Nemo Stars called for a timeout, their first timeout in this third set. They really need to psych up, they really need to process and find a way of coming back into the game. they have been a better side. They have been a better side in the first two sets, and they really still have a chance to win this second set. Whereas for Jeshi Stars, they are really playing very well. They need this set to come back into the game. Jeshi 11, Nemo Stars 10. End of the timeout for Nemo Stars.
Yes, I see. In his team, Jeshi Stars, that coming in from volleyball, 24 Tanzania, for tuning in and watching. Another big block.
I think Jeshi Stars took our notes. They are now really having a block party. Look at that block from Amani, denying George the court. And then a big swing from George, that was a very good response from George. That swing was so good. I think you can see the experience he has. Jeshi Stars 13, Nemo 11. Jeshi Stars seem to have gained that morale, that tempo of the game. They are leading now by 2 points. Nemo Stars trying to reduce the lead. That was another good block. That is another good block from Deo. I think Jeshi Stars have taken the notes, and now they are really doing great on that net block. Net defense is really helping them. 14 Jeshi Stars, 11 Nemo. Yes. Substitution for Nemo Stars as JB comes on for Smith.
Yes, I think it's a much needed substitution for Nemo Stars to be able to get the side out. They're failing to find their game. Oh, ball is still up. Jeshi Stars really defending well. Chance again. That's Malinga Redman hitting that ball very, very hard. But that Jeshi Stars player is down. He seems to have maybe gotten some ankle troubles there. I tell you, Malinga Redman comes in the thunderous hit, statement hit to give Nemo Stars a much needed side out, and they will now be 2 points behind, because Jeshi Stars had gotten themselves a 3-point lead.
That was a very good set from JB, and very good offense from Malinga.
Tough play there for one of the Jeshi Stars players who is down at the moment.
And he's receiving medical attention from our medical team today. Let's hope all goes well for the Jeshi Stars. When you look at that replay,
I think he landed quite badly on his ankle there.
Julius is having. When you look at that replay, Julius has landed poorly on that left leg.
Yeah, it's the ankle. You can see he twisted it as he played.
One of the things that affects volleyballers are such kind of injuries, ankle injuries. They are so serious, it can even end someone's career.
I think he could have stepped on Redman there on top of his foot, or he could have just landed on his own, because there's some sort of block there. We couldn't see it. But he's been substituted out at the moment. I think he's going to get that medical attention. So the teams will get back on court now.
Julius, one of the good players with a very good block for Jeshi Stars. I think it is really going to affect Jeshi Stars. They had gotten that tempo, they had gotten that morale, but this might affect them negatively. Oh, still Deo coming with a very good swing in the middle right there for Jeshi Stars.
I think they've not really been affected like you mentioned, you said they've been affected, but they've not been affected at all.
On the
Rather,
block, on
they
the
just
block.
they just come back with another big hit.
We will see if that substitution will affect them on the block.
George missing the court, no touch on the blocks there. I think I don't want to rush quickly, but I think Jeshi Stars has got control of this set.
Did you feel that energy in George's ball?
So much power, just sending it out. Good pick. Esau with a statement hit on that play, just going high and above the block there.
The new substitute who has been introduced for Jeshi Stars couldn't
Raymond.
contain Esau.
That is Raymond. I think he's just gotten into this game. Big hit down the line. I tell you, Muhinga is on fire. 4-point lead for Jeshi Stars as we are into the most important part of the set, the business end, the set where you either get the money or you lose it.
For the first time, Jeshi Stars get the lead in the business time.
Another error from Team Nemo Stars. So many errors from their side on the attacks is what is actually boosting the confidence of Jeshi Stars more and more.
5-point lead for Jeshi Stars. Nemo trying by all means to catch up, but they seem to be failing. That was an ace service from Esau for Jeshi Stars.
I tell you, Stars has just got the set in their pocket so far. So they've got half of the set already, and they just need the other half to take it away. Nemo Stars calling their second timeout in this set.
A very much needed timeout for Nemo Stars. Can they break that lead? Can they reduce that lead and at least get themselves a third set? Lomo Danley with his prediction 3-2. The game is still young. Anything can happen at this moment. When you look at the morale in Jeshi Stars, I think they have found that tempo. They are really putting up a very good fight in this third set.
And you know, Nemo Stars, their net defense is not working for them at the moment because it's been that thing that they are go to aspect in the game, and now it's not working out, and even the attackers are just sending balls out. So what has been working out for Nemo Stars is not working at the moment. This time missing the serve, unfortunately, is the young man Raymond.
Aside that for Team Nemo, Esau is being substituted off.
Wandera is coming on to serve. Wandera also one of those veteran players, strategic server, a mature, unexperienced
player.
Not a bad service, actually forcing an overpass, but Jeshi Stars saving that one.
That was a good cover from Michael.
Ongom this time off the hands of the blockers. Nemo Stars hasn't given the set away as well. They are still very much into it, as you can see, and they're not giving up.
Nemo Stars trying to reduce that 5-point lead to 4. 19.
Nemo Stars this time as well, getting in an ace service. Sorry, Nemo Stars finally getting another point. 3-point gap now. They've managed to try and close it off. But I think they need to continue keeping that momentum on if they want to take this third set as well.
First time out for Jeshi Stars.
I think Jeshi Stars, with that lead, they need to ensure that they do not lose it because this is their chance to take a set away, because Nemo Stars already has 2 sets. They've got a big advantage for them.
Jeshi Stars really need this set. I think it's the only set they have to come back into this game. End of timeout for Jeshi Stars.
Back set. Oh! From Wandera. Very good defense. And then they tick for tat. sending it back with the same power. Good defense from Wandera to keep it in play. The ball is just so high to give the setter a chance to run all his options. What a play for Nemo Stars. They are now on the comeback train, and Jeshi Stars just sitting there watching Nemo Stars catching up on them. But then Muhinga going for the dump. Very, very well watched. Oh, red. Willington choosing to go for the block and not the attack. And now Nemo Stars managing to close that gap, and they're just within 1 point to be able to fully close it up. And right now the pressure now increases for Jeshi Stars because they had a huge point lead, 6-point lead, and now they've just lost it just like that to Team Nemo Stars. But they still have a chance. Oh, and they do lose that lead. We are now level from all the way from 13-17, 13-19, 6-point lead, and now Nemo Stars has been able to close it up completely. Substitution has been coming against for Team Jeshi Stars. Nasoro has come on for Rapson.
When you're playing a team like Nemo, you have to make sure you maintain that big lead. Because once they strike up, you expect them to catch up on that lead and also take that lead.
Nemo Stars has now taken the lead of this game and hit the 20-point mark first. At 16-20, I actually thought, at 16-19, I actually thought from that time out, Jeshi Stars could maybe get a side out, but they do not get a side out. And what does that mean for them? So the substitution has really worked for Nemo Stars. This time missing the court again is the one and only Raymond not quite getting it in.
Timeout for Jeshi Stars, are very, very much needed timeout.
I think since their timeout, the first timeout that they called, they didn't get a score. So that means it was not effective. And now they've called their second timeout. I think they could be looking for ways to really side out. They've made substitutions, but the net defense has suddenly just failed, even the passing. And ladies and gentlemen, I remind you that later on, after this game, we are going to have Police from Rwanda, the defending champions, taking on Rukinzo from Burundi at 5:30 p.m. And then later on in the night, we are having a very big game. Sport Ice Volleyball Club, the defending champions, the defending league champions of Uganda, taking on Rwanda National, taking on Rwanda Energy Group later in the evening at 8 p.m. It's a very big game to watch out for as well.
A game worth your money if you've paid for the ticket. Do not miss that game.
Service. Big kick through the middle. I tell you, Nemo Stars means business. They're onto the money. They've just made.
How many points do you think Wandera has served? How many points do you think Wandera has served? That substitution is really proving.
Wandera has had 7 services right now since he came on. Open net for Raymond, and he still doesn't get the ball onto the other side. I tell you, you were right about that injury coming in for Team Jeshi Stars. I think it has really affected them somehow going into this game. They had that fire, and then one of their crucial players gets that injury, and now their heads are all not really into the game. They're finding all ways, and finally, after 8 services from Wandera, with Nemo just looking for 2 to take the set away, Jeshi Stars able to get a side out, and now the substitution is being reversed, and Rapson will come back on as Nasoro goes out.
Rapson, I think the reverse of the substitution. Rapson, I think, has a good block compared to Nasoya.
Yes, but JB just making it very easy there, making it simple and slow. Match points for Team Nemo Stars. I think they've done well in that comeback. I think Jeshi Stars has done well in the set, but that injury must have just killed it for them on that comeback. Damn! Oh, ball is kept alive. It's going to be a free ball chance for Jeshi Stars. Oh, and they do keep this game alive. set point saved for Team
Amani,
Jeshi Stars.
Amani with a very good swinging foot there, earning Jeshi Stars their 21st points.
Yes, a match point for Team Nemo Stars there. Jeshi Stars has already saved 1 match point.
Can Jeshi Stars come out of this, or is Nemo getting the match points?
It could be over, and it is over. Nemo Stars has taken this game with that huge comeback on that big comeback stretch all the way from 14-19. They closed that gap, those 5 points. Then they just took the lead and took this game away. I think they're really on fire. And hard luck to Jeshi Stars, really. They played their best with that injury as well, just messing up with the players somehow. But I tell you, it's been a wonderful game, on fire for both sides. Big hits coming in, big blocks coming in from both sides. And of course, congratulations to Team Nemo Stars. Well, next up, of course, we are going to have Police Rwanda taking on Rukinzo from Burundi. But I think it's been a lovely game. Thank you so much, Shafiq, for joining me. Wonderful stuff we are having out here.
Thank you for this big opportunity. I'm so glad to have that commentary with you.
But that is it from us, ladies and gentlemen. For those who have tuned in, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying yourself in the comments. Also, as you asked when APR will play another match, well, for now, group stages are over. So we are going to be going into the knockout stages. And Jeshi Stars is going to play and APR is going to play their next game after
Quick,
APR is going to play their next game in the group stage, in the knockout stages, in the quarterfinals for men. So that will be it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in, and that will be all from us in this game.
very quick reminder, don't forget to support Nemo Stars on their journey to Egypt.
Yes, Nemo Stars is fundraising for their journey to play those African Club Championships in Egypt. Yes, so please provide as much support as you can if you're able. But that is it. See you later in the next game. Police Rwanda taking on Kinzo from Burundi.